Welcome to the Puck Crew. I'm your captain, Camille, and I have my alternates with me.
I'm Mal.
And I'm Robert.
And today we have drafted another rookie. Good God, I think we're going to have the largest team ever. We have Danielle from the Believe in Anything podcast. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
We've had Lee. Now we're having you. Then we're going to have Emily. We're gonna catch them all.
You've collected all of us.
Yeah, I love this. So before we get started, go ahead and plug your socials. Tell everybody. Also, we didn't ask Lee this. Will you tell our audience what y'all's podcast is about? Because y'all don't cover the books.
No.
So what do you guys do?
We are mostly interview-based, and we interview a range of different types of guests about the impact of the show. So we've talked to fan editors, an ex-hockey player, authors. So we've covered a range of people, and we talk about the impact that the show has had on them. So that's really exciting. Our socials are at Believe in Anything Pod on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. And if you want my personal socials, I am at Danielle's Bookish Life on Instagram.
What is bookish? I see it everywhere. What is bookish?
How do I explain bookish?
Bookish is
You're slightly into books?
Yeah.
No.
I'd say more than slightly.
It's a thing. Bookish. I see bookish everywhere.
I know.
You guys are bitches.
I feel like I don't actually I can't explain it either, but I'm like, yes, bookish. It's a feeling.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bookish. I have a similar. Oh God, I don't want to reveal this to the internet, but I have a similar thing with.
Great. Now the listeners are going to blame me for this.
Yeah, Camille's forcing me to reveal this under duress.
I have a gun. It's made of fingers, but...
Listen, me talking about my sex life, not embarrassing at all. Me talking about this, I'm embarrassed. So my username for a lot of games that I play typically is Robbie Plays a Lot, but I've also taken that username and I like my storygraph, for example, I call it Robbie Reads Not a Lot.
Robbie Reads Not Good.
That's actually good, because I was going to look up your Storygraph because I want to be friends, because you talked about it yesterday.
Are we not friends on Storygraph?
No.
I'm not friends with either of you on Storygraph.
No. Robert and I
Damn.
are not friends.
Damn.
I just want to make that clear.
It's not like we had breakfast, went to a bookstore, and went climbing yesterday.
Sounds fake.
That's not friend shit. That's enemies shit.
Let's remain enemies, please. I would like to not become lovers.
I don't think
There's always time.
Okay, so today we're going to jump into chapters 22 and 23 of Heated Rivalry. Originally, we were going to go through 24, and then we were like, oh, fuck, that's way too much. We got into chapter 23, and we were like, Jesus Christ, that's not happening, so we are
Jesus Christ,
reworking... You know this guy?
I was also going to say
that. So we're adapting on the fly. We want to give you your spoiler warning, as always, because there will always be someone who's upset and new to the pod. We are going to spoil things. We're going to read passages from Game Changer. We're going to talk about the other books. We're not just doing it for funsies. We're doing it because it adds to the context.
We will be spoiling the fact that Ilya dies in the long game.
And Shane is gay.
We will be spoiling the fact that Ilya's cock is actually 8 inches long and not 9.
And pierced. No, God.
Oh,
well, according to some fanfics.
Ick.
Ick. Yuck.
Yuck,
God,
yuck,
I read a
ew,
book once.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yuck, ew, yuck is right. By the way, that's a great segue. Thank you. I am working on a sticker that says yuck, ew, yuck. So if that's something you're into, we will be selling those stickers as soon as we can fund them. We have a merch store. It is on Etsy. It is linked in the show notes. It is linked in the link tree in our bio. And listeners, we're recording this on the day that we have launched our Patreon.
Woo!
So,
Exciting.
Patreon is linked in the show notes. It is in our link tree. $5 a month on Patreon is the Rookies and Interns tier, aka the Wasian Royalty tier.
Because we got Santos from the Pit, we got Shane from Heated Rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Gays in a toxic situationship with people they work with.
Exactly. So that's going to get you a free sticker and 1 monthly live stream with us. We don't really know what the fuck we're going to talk about on live stream, but that'll be fun.
But it'll be fun.
Probably
and it will
gay
be
sex.
scheduled in advance. It won't be something that's like, surprise, we're doing it, and you missed it. I promise we will let you know.
Unless something crazy happens and we like need to be on live immediately, you know? Like if they cast Wyatt Hayes, there will be a live stream somewhere because I will need to crash out.
Now, $10 a month is our veterans and attendings tier. That is our old white guy tier. That is going to get you all of the same things, and it's going to get you a bonus episode every month. Now, you're going to say, what is the bonus episode going to be about? I don't know. Something. We're just going to, like, talk about things that we love.
And last time we did that, we ended up taking Am I Gay quizzes. So, you know, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But
and you know
am
what?
I
Last
gay?
time we started talking about something that we liked that wasn't on topic, it ended up being the Puck Crew. So
That is true, yeah.
I know you said the Puck Crew, but you kind of fumbled a little bit, so it sounded like you said the Butt Crew.
Well, that's what this is.
the Butt Crew?
Yeah.
Cool. So the Butt Crew.
I mean,
hey,
there's
so
some butt activities in these chapters.
Butt activities.
the Butt Crew and you guys, our followers, are the Lube Tube. No, so I love that I said that as
fuck are
people
we
were
talking
drinking water. I don't know. So we do also have a free tier that is for listeners who want to engage with other listeners and with us outside of the algorithm. No one's going to come in and try to fight with you. We are going to watch those comments, and you guys are not allowed to be mean to each other. We will be shutting that down if any of that happens. So this is going to be a safe space for you guys to discuss the podcast and your thoughts and not get agitators all up in your business. So, all of that said, let's jump into chapter 22, shall we?
Actually, before we do, I have to say that if you do have your dick pierced, that's fine. It's just a personal ick. I feel like we need to say it's fine if you do it, but for me, it's a personal ick, because if we don't, then somebody out there with a pierced dick's going to be like, you are insulting me personally. And it's like, no, friend.
Me and my dick with holes. Listen. One thing I think we should clarify is we've had people in the comments and they'll ask us, like, why are you guys so gung-ho about this? Or it puts me off that you guys speak so intensely about this thing. And I will clarify that a lot of the, like, way that we address things and we're like, oh my God, no, never. Like, it's for the bit. We're not that passionate.
Sometimes, yeah, it is
Yeah.
for the bit.
So, comedy is, certain people think comedy is offensive, right? That you can be offensive and that that's funny. We don't think that. We think that comedy is just like a little extra, you know? Put a little extra on it. So it is May 2017. We are in Ottawa, and we are watching the Stanley Cup playoffs as we are in real life right now.
Would this be the same round? Like, what round are we in right now in real life? 2?
We're in the conference finals. So the next
How many rounds are there? Explain the playoffs to me, Camille.
Why would you ask me this? God, how many?
I'm curious.
Hold on. So in the NHL playoffs, there are 4 rounds, and they're best of 7. Okay, so first person to win 4 games goes on. So right now we're in the Western and the Eastern Conference finals. And then the 2 winners of those finals are going to go to the Stanley Cup Championship and duke it out. They'll play 7 more games, maybe, if it's a crazy round. And I don't know about the listeners. This is probably gonna age poorly, but I am so sick and tired of seeing the Vegas Golden Knights win. Anyway.
So that's the round that like they would be playing, right? Probably. Would Boston and New York face each other there, or would it be like the round before?
That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know.
Because yeah, I'm just curious. Like, are we the winner here goes to the Stanley Cup, or I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter, but
Here's the thing, is the games are every other night. So you've got 7 games and it's every other night. So it takes 2 weeks to go through unless they sweep, which would only take like a week. So It depends, because we don't know, like, is this early May? Is this late May? We don't know if this is conference finals or not. So it could be, it could not be, who knows. However, Yuna is watching with Shane and with David, and she is like, Rozanov is hurt. And Shane's like, what are you talking about? She's like, he's protecting his ribs. He chickened out. He chickened out of that hit.
Yeah. I love that that's, Yuna's hockey knowledge really coming forth. Like, yeah, she knows more than just basic plays and the who's on what team and who's loyalty and whatever. She can read the subtle actions of players and be like, oh, his rib's fucked.
Every time we see Yuna interact with hockey, it's like, oh, okay, that's why Shane's that way. He gets it from his mom.
Usually they're like, oh, neurodivergency passes down through the dad side. I think it passed down through the mom side in this case.
I think it passed down through both.
Both?
Are you kidding me?
I also...
That is an autistic family.
It comes from the watching the light of her life, and being able to pick up on whether or not Shane is hurt or if he's okay. And I will say that also David was a hockey player. And so if they knew each other in college...
He played for McGill.
Played for McGill. What the fuck is McGill? That if David, he played in college. And so if he and Yuna knew each other in college, she watched David play. But she's been watching hockey her whole life. She loves hockey. And so, of course, that and then the mom of it all is going to tune in and be like, ooh, he's protecting his ribs. Because she would be looking for that in Shane. She would see every little movement of Shane's body and know what was going on with him. Because she can read him like a book, except for
maybe
where it goes.
Subconsciously, she can tell that this man is her son-in-law.
That's her favorite son.
She just knew.
She was like,
Shane, of course, already knew because he's in love with Rosanov, Ilya.
Yeah, but also because Ilya told him. Because they've been texting. And so Shane already knows, but I like that Shane plays dumb and he's like, how do you know that? What?
No, he's not hurt. And then after the game, he's like,
as if
"Baby, are you
Shane
okay?"
wouldn't notice. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know why I said it like that because I don't think Shane Hollander would use nicknames.
What did you say?
I said baby. I also hate baby. I don't know why I said that. Blech.
Hey,
Gave myself
baby.
the ick.
Ew. Hey, baby. So.
That was terrible.
Wow, thank you. I woke up an hour and a half ago, so my voice is still kind of deep. Montreal lost to Detroit in the first round, and that is because Shane is hurt, Shane is out, right? Broken collarbone, out for the playoffs. Their goalie was sick. Not great for Montreal. I was also thinking, like, your star center and captain is out. Your goalie is sick. Like, that's a recipe for disaster, right? Because a good goalie can save a bad game. You can play a shit game, and if you have got an incredible goalie, you can still win, right? So now you get to listen to me talk shit about Drapeau, who is the goalie for Montreal in these books, because he should be a better mentor to their backup goalie. Because, like, if your backup goalie goes out there and is just ass, you're not doing a good job as a mentor. And also, your coaching staff is shit. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Because here's the thing. Normally, so here's how hockey works, right? If you don't know, you have your backup goalie. He is on the bench. He is in all of his padding and everything. He's over on the bench. He's ready to go. And what will happen is, if your goalie is not playing his best, something is happening, he's giving up too many shots, they will pull him and put the other guy in. Right? It's a younger player, typically someone with a lot less experience. And so these are his chances to prove himself and to get that experience is when he gets put in. Now, sometimes they will start, not always. It really depends on the coaching staff and what they're looking to do. Especially like, is your goalie about to retire? Is this coming to the end? That's when you would start putting your backup goalie in more to start because you'd want him to get that experience. However...
Or sometimes you trade your backup goalie to Ottawa and he becomes my favorite character. Anyway.
Whee!
Thank you, Toronto.
Thank you, Toronto.
For Wyatt Hayes.
Thank you, Toronto.
Toronto? I think you mean Toronto. So I just think of my favorite duo, Pekka Rinne. I miss you, I love you, please come back. He retired. And UC Saros. I loved them together. All that to say, fuck Drapeau. And I also, this is another example of why the whole team rests on, or how the whole team rests on Shane's shoulders. Shane is out and their goalie is sick and they're just losing. Where's your defense? Like, we know they have good offense because of Shane, right? They're out there scoring goals. Hayden is great at assists. He's really good at passing the puck, right? And Ilya says that in the long game as like almost like a dig, but then Hayden's kind of like, yeah, I am really good. Thanks.
Yeah.
He's like trying to figure out if Ilya's trying to insult him, and Ilya's like, wow, complimenting him and watching him short circuit is so much more fun than insulting him. I should do this more often. And so I have very strong feelings about Montreal and how they suck as a team without Shane.
Yeah, especially because they're like, the Detroit games should have been an easy win, but we were missing 2 guys and fell apart. I'm like, get better backup guys.
Backup guys. So Shane has been healing up at his parents' house, and he really hasn't heard from Ilya very much at all.
Because Ilya is locked in on playoffs.
As he should be.
He's not locked in on that ass. He's locked in on playoffs.
Well, my question is, are they adhering to the no sex during playoffs rule? Like, are they still occasionally having phone sex? Okay, Camille says yes.
No, definitely not. No.
Here's the thing, is that would they be hooking up if Shane was living not in his parents' house currently while he was healing? Yes. Because any kind...
I don't think that they would.
I think they would. I'm trying to make a joke about how it's terrible to be in your parents' house and trying to get laid.
Oh, I was going to say, experienced and seasoned hockey fan Robert has something to say. No, I will say hockey superstitions are so, like, they take it so seriously that, like, I think it was Buffalo just got eliminated, but they played really well on the road and not as good at home. So in their final game against Montreal, they stayed in a hotel. It was a home game. And they stayed in a hotel across the street from the arena to, like, totally block out all of the... Yeah, so, like, they take that shit seriously.
The only reason I know that happened is because Reid posted, it was like, if they lose after doing something this embarrassing, like, that really sucks. And then they, like, lost, and people were so mad at Rachel for that. I was like...
Y'all are too sensitive for hockey, I'm gonna say it. Like, sorry, that's mid. That is so not even, like, mean.
Like, sorry, that is kind of funny. Like, it's funny. So, Yuna thinks that New York is gonna win the cup because Scott Hunter is really on a tear and is determined to win. It's his year, all that jazz. And David says, at least we won't have to see Rosanov lift the cup. And Shane's like, haha, yeah! While also being like, I really want to see him lift the cup.
It's the proud, not boyfriend, but also beyond situationship instincts of like, I want to see my not situationship, not boyfriend lift the cup that he worked so hard to win.
Hey, dare we say this is not situationship behavior?
We are getting closer and closer to this no longer being a situationship. And that joke will unfortunately probably die at the end of this book.
They will be fully married and we'll be like, guys, I don't think this is a situationship anymore.
But we can't keep the joke going forever.
Yes,
when they're like married and living together in love.
You underestimate my ability to commit to a bit.
You underestimate my ability to beat a dead horse.
Why are we killing the horse in the first place? What'd the horse do?
No, the horse is already dead. We
do not endorse. I can't even, like, if I see, like, roadkill, I will cry. So, like, no, there is no endorsement of dead horses here, okay?
I've only cried driving twice in my life while I was driving, and both of those times were because I accidentally ran over a raccoon.
2 times?
So the first time was like, so like they drilling you in driving school, and everyone who's driven before you, they're drilling you that like, oh, if you're about to hit a small animal, you can't stop. You have to keep going or else you'll cause an accident. And so the first time
I'd cause an accident.
I felt so guilty. I had to call my dad. I had to call my mom. I had to call I would like, I'm so fucking ashamed. And they're like, yeah, it sucks, but you did the right thing. And then the second time, there was no cars behind me. There was no cars anywhere. I see a raccoon on the road and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to swerve to avoid the raccoon. And I swerved, and then the raccoon still ran under my car. And at that point, Mac and I were like, yeah, I feel bad, but also that raccoon was just dumb and suicidal, so.
Yeah.
Ask Shane Hollander about the last time he cried while driving. Anyway.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, so Yuna does not agree wholly with David. She says, you know, it's very nice of him to visit Shane in the hospital, so maybe we don't hate Rosanov as much as we once did. And Shane wishes he remembers more of that visit, but he was kind of high out of his mind.
On the good stuff.
On the good stuff.
Because, hey, we have experience with a medical-based podcast, too. What drugs do we think they gave Shane?
Oh, I have no idea. It's not Fent.
Just throw a pain man out
We
there.
were
It's
like,
not going to be
Shane
Fent.
Hollander broke his collarbone. Quick, Fent.
Dr. Robbie would be like, quick, 50 cc's of fentanyl. No, I don't even know.
No.
I don't even know if that's the right measurement, but I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a lethal amount. Guys, it's a Shane Hollander. I fucking
It was a Boston man? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think it was probably like muscle relaxers, no?
Gang, 10 milligrams of hard drugs. I don't know.
Okay.
No, fentanyl is like literally not even measured in milligrams. It's so like strong. So
that shit do be killing people.
Yeah.
47 gallons of fentanyl attached to his IV drip.
Good God. Fentanyl is a new soda, you guys. Calm down. It's actually, it's spelled differently.
Before anyone yells at me being like, fentanyl overdoses are terrible. Yes, I'm aware. I didn't say fentanyl.
I'm from Tennessee. I can
That's
make
the only
that
drug
joke.
We know.
My state is affected. Appalachia is in my state. I can make that joke.
Anyway, guys, be sure to look up how to get free Narcan because it's better to have it and not use it than to need it and not have it.
So can I read the quote?
Yes.
The quote is, he could remember Ilya's gentle fingers on his face and in his hair. He remembered being so happy to see him. Even now, just knowing that Ilya had made the trip to the hospital filled Shane with a tingly warmth.
Ilya is out here always filling Shane with a tingly warmth, if you know what I'm saying.
Fuck off!
Fuck you. But I was also about to say that, so I can't even.
Shane was so completely in love with him. He would hit his head all over again just to be alone in that quiet hospital room with those careful fingers and those concerned eyes. He was in love with him, and he could never, ever tell him that.
Okay, Shane.
Okay.
At least out loud, I won't say I'm in love.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point. We're getting to that point.
Brother. So he starts talking, or he starts thinking about coming out to his parents. And he gets so close.
Uh-huh.
Like, y'all, he gets so close.
He's like, okay, how? Do I just blurt it out? No, I can't do that while we're watching hockey together.
I can't make hockey gay.
Fellas, is it gay to come out to your parents while watching hockey?
No, if you're real, you do it in the car. That's the place to have a serious conversation.
Did you do it in the car?
Both times that I came out badly and people didn't understand what I was saying happened in the car. So I think I shouldn't come out in the car. Because it was unclear both times I did it in the car.
I did it while driving so that I wouldn't have to look at her.
That's why the car is good for, like, serious conversations, because you don't have
If
to
it
look
goes
at each other.
poorly, you just steer off the road.
I don't accept you as being queer. Okay, cool. I don't accept us as being alive.
Jar, perhaps?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be making this joke. I literally just watched that documentary on Netflix, The Crash.
The crash? Just the singular crash? One crash happened?
Oh, it was a crash. We can do a Patreon episode on that. I'll make you guys watch that.
I can think of a crash, perhaps even two, that happened about 25 years ago.
Oh.
There we go.
Are you talking about 9/11?
9/11.
Yeah, because I never forgot.
Jesus Christ. We have to move on now.
Jesus Christ, you know that guy, Ryan Price?
Ryan Price did 9/11. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Ryan Price and George Bush. You guys, I have my shirt tucked under my boobs because I'm sweating so bad.
So then Yuna asks about Rose. Shane says they're just friends, and it's like, maybe this is a sign that I need to just say it, like, tell my mom that I'm gay. And then Yuna's like, well, when the right one comes along, he'll know it. And so then he chickens out because the right one has come along, and it is, quote, the pissed off Russian man currently headed to the penalty box on their television.
I'm imagining she's like, when the right one comes along, you'll know. And Shane is just like angrily pointing at the TV with tears streaming down his face, wordlessly like,
This is the right one! I found him!
Mom, the right one has come along. He keeps putting a tingly warmth into me.
Oh my God.
Robert!
You can't say that to your mother. And if you can, you need therapy. That's a weird relationship. Shane suddenly has the urge to text Ilya, "I love you."
This is crazy. You cannot say that over text for the first time. I mean, like, you can.
You can, but no, you really can't. If you do it over text, that's crazy. Mac and I first said I love you like a month into dating, and we were cuddling in bed, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in love with you. And he's like, dude, we can't say that. We're like a month in. And I'm like, well, I said it. He's like, I love you too. I'm like, ah.
That's kind of gay.
I just think it's crazy. What's crazier to me than texting Ilya, "I love you," is feeling like you need to say it. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that Shane can admit this to himself is crazy. That's bananas.
I'm also just imagining Ilya, like, coming off the rink. His season is over. And, like, having a text waiting from Jane that's just like, "Hey, I love you."
We're like, the fuck? Was this meant for your mother?
That would be nuts.
The quote is, "He had those words trapped inside of him, filling every part of him, and the strain of keeping them from slipping out was getting harder to endure." And I was like, yeah, so, like, fun fact, you're not supposed to keep that feeling inside of you. Like, you should always tell people that you love them. When you think about your friends randomly, you should text them and be like, "Hey, I love you." Or like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you."
I literally did it like 3 a.m. last night. I told Camille that I love her. Anyway.
That's so true.
And you also, like, responded to that message also at, like, 3 a.m., so.
Yeah, because I got up to pee. But yeah, I was just, like, sitting here reading the scene thinking, like, tell people. Like, you never know when you won't have the chance again to tell someone that you love them. People. Yeah. Tell me you love me.
But I mean, also at this point, he's still like, there is no future for us. And so we need to break this off while we still can. Even though, like, at this point, you can't. Like, they cannot walk away from this. And actually, they never could walk away from this. Which is why they haven't walked away from this.
All right, fanfic aficionado Mal, are there any fanfics where, and I guess also Camille, are there any fanfics where, you know, they get to the cottage and they're like, we're in love with each other, but we can't be together, and, like, they leave, like,
I'm sure there are.
Not
but
together.
I'm not interested in hurting
that
myself
shit.
like that.
That shit hurted.
There's one where they don't end up together, and then Ilya is a coach at McGill, and Shane is the deputy commissioner of the NHL, and Ilya's son with Svetlana goes pro.
Oh.
And he and Shane reunite. And I don't remember what it's called. Don't ask me. I know the listeners will hate me for this. I'm sorry.
I've seen a couple.
Actually, we know what it's called, and we're purposely not telling you, listeners.
We're gatekeeping. I've seen a couple where they, like, a lot of people like to do angst around the Rose Landry bit, like where the All-Stars in 2017, they never have a conversation there. Or, like, something like Ilya marries Svetlana while Shane is with Rose, and, like, a lot of people like to do their angst there. I don't know that I know of any that, like, do the cottage. Because I think once you get to the cottage, it's pretty much like, we're entangled now.
Yeah.
Now, so Shane texts Rose instead of texting Ilya, and he says, "My mom is asking when we're going to get back together." And Rose is like, "Ha, how's your head?"
And he does not make the obvious joke. Which would be, Ilya's never complained.
However, to be fair, Ilya also asked the same question in the next chapter, and he also does not make the joke, so...
Yeah, I think that's not really who Shane is. I think Ilya would probably make that joke.
But I'm saying Ilya doesn't make the joke. He asked the same question, "How's your head?" next chapter.
Yeah, but I think at that point we're being genuine. So, but, like, I do think there's a point in their relationship where, like, had Shane asked, like, "Hey, how's your head?" Ilya would have been like, "Well, you've never complained." You know? Like, back when things weren't, like, when we weren't in love with each other, but actually we were just lying to ourselves, you know?
Rose asks if Shane has a hot male nurse taking care of him. Shane says that he's with his parents, but maybe he should ask them to hire one.
Yeah, because that would be a good way to come out.
Would that be a good way to come out? Yuna says, "Who are you texting?" And Shane is like, nobody. Hayden. And she's like, "Oh, how's the baby?" And Shane's like, "Oh, fuck, the baby."
And Shane's like, "Oh, you know, she's great. They're totally in love with her. Probably." And I'm just like, Shane, you haven't asked? Like, you haven't checked in on your friend? I'm also very curious about the timeline here on Amber, because Like, was she born shortly after they got knocked out of playoffs, or did Hayden also miss part of playoffs because his wife was having a baby?
No, you don't really miss for that.
They don't give their guys paternity leave?
No.
No.
I don't even think the guys would want to take it. Yeah, no. They don't really, no.
That's crazy.
There are like a bajillion pregnant wags right now. I mean, I would say they probably try to plan it, but yeah, no, that's not, you don't take time for that. You play your games. You might miss the game if your baby's being born on the same day or whatever, but no. You can be like, I had a baby yesterday, or my wife had a baby yesterday, now I'm at the game. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, professional sports are fucking insane.
I want to defend Shane for a second because sometimes you love your friends, but also there are some things you kind of forget about. And also Shane has recently been concussed and hospitalized. So while he's dealing with that, he's like, oh yeah, Hayden's had a kid, I think, right? And now, he's being asked like, oh, how's the baby? The baby. Oh, fuck, the baby.
This is also baby number 4. So like...
Concussed, he's like, you're asking me, concussed Shane Hollander, to spend time with a crying baby? No. So Yuna also is like, hey, you shouldn't be on your phone so much. And he kind of snaps at her like he knows. And he's got a lot of people worried about his head right now. And he's just kind of sick of it. And he spent so much time with his parents and he's sick of it. And on one hand, he's glad that he's had his parents to help him. But on the other hand, it's really just starting to wear on him and he just wants to be alone. But also, it would be okay if Ilya Rosanov was there. As long as he was alone, it's okay if Ilya is there.
Yeah, he wants his independence, but also Ilya can be there. It is kind of giving that one meme that's like, living with your parents is free, but you pay with your mental health, I think that's Shane right now. He's like, I love my parents, however, good God, I gotta get out of here. But like, he's been living on his own since he was like 18 in a different city, doing his professional athlete life. Like, this is probably the longest time he spent with his parents in years. And like, I think about the way that I get when I'm home for too long and I'm like, yeah, Shane, I feel you.
So he starts thinking about Ilya's sexy playoff beard and how much he wants to feel that beard against his thighs. And honestly, that is so real of him. I love you, freak nasty Shane Hollander. You are so relatable. That's crazy, brother.
He's like, wow, he's got a beard now. What if?
He's like, I'll be your beard. Wait. That's not how that works.
And then Shane is also thinking about how he cannot grow a playoff beard. And also how worried he is that he's never going to get to feel any part of Ilya ever again, much less the playoff beard.
I love that he goes from, I really just want to feel his beard, to, I'm never going to see him again. Like, just the range of emotion.
Yeah, no,
But there's a quote that like makes me very sad. And wouldn't that be the world's saddest joke? As soon as Shane finally admitted to himself that he wanted to be with Ilya, their weird arrangement might be permanently off the table. Stop calling it a weird arrangement.
I mean, does the word situationship exist yet? This is what, 2017?
17. Yes, of course.
Does the word situationship exist?
Oh, come on.
On what?
I feel like that's a more modern word than that.
But it's not official that they're going to end things, but they also just like have not spoken. And remember, Ilya went to the hospital wanting to end things. And so there's another quote that says, Shane just had a sense that maybe this whole thing had become too much. It had become more difficult to contain or to pretend it didn't mean anything. The only safe option was to walk away. And I just think that that's totally fair.
Walking away is not a safe option, though. At this
yes,
point,
it is.
No, they are both going to be hurt if they walk away from this.
Safe doesn't mean not hurt. Safe means our careers aren't at risk. That's what he's thinking right now. And so I'm thinking like, this was just supposed to be convenient. This was just supposed to be sex. And so it's more than that now. That's where the problem comes in. That's where we have to back off, right? It's like, that's exactly what like he doesn't want at this point, is to back off, but he knows that's technically what he should do, because this is where the validation to that, like, we should have stopped a long time ago, comes into play, right? If you had stopped a long time ago, you wouldn't be in this situation where you're going, oh shit, do we have to stop? I don't want to stop.
But I also think like at this point, they are both yearning so hard that I think it would also still affect their careers if they walked away at this point, because like, I think every time they saw each other on the ice from here on out, it would be weird. And we would have games like the ones during the Rose Landry era where they just kind of play like shit.
Yes, but their careers as in, like, public personas.
I mean, I guess, but...
She's like, but I'm a Hollanov truther. I can't.
I'm like, they're soulmates, and actually it would not be safe for them to walk away from each other because they're soulmates, Your Honor.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm on your side.
Thank you, Danielle.
I'm there with you.
And, Shane is expecting that Ilya is going to officially tell him that it's over as soon as playoffs are done. Which, why would he wait until the end of playoffs to break it off? I don't know.
Because he's trying not to cloud his brain with any of the complication. He needs to just focus on hockey right now.
I guess, but, like, having that hanging over me would, like, make me play worse, I think.
I'm so glad that argumentative Mal joined today.
Yeah, I'm ready to fight. I'm dropping gloves today, everyone. That's a hockey term I know.
Wow, look at her. She's learning.
That's why you're not a professional hockey player, because you would be thinking about your situationship ending the entire time and you let that affect your game.
Yeah.
Mal just gets out there on the ice and she's like, kissing. All I can think about is kissing.
I'm yearning.
Kissing
That's
my
actually
friends,
me at
kissing my
softball.
enemies.
I'm like, the pitch is coming, and I'm just like, what if I kissed a girl right now and then strike out?
What if you kissed a girl?
Yeah, what if?
Striking out is better than
It's
striking
been quite
in the
the drought.
closet. So this quote is crazy. The stupid part of Shane wanted to fight for Ilya, for them. The sensible part, the part that was in control of most things in Shane's life, knew that there couldn't possibly be a future with Ilya. There couldn't be a present with Ilya. They needed to end things quickly and cleanly and never look back. The other path led to nothing but heartache and scandal and misery and soft Russian words being breathed against Shane's skin. It led to falling asleep with strong arms wrapped around him and waking up to a lazy, crooked smile and playful kisses. It led to homemade tuna melts and the precious times when Ilya would offer Shane the tiny pieces of himself that he usually kept so carefully guarded. The game ended. Ilya's season was over. It was only a matter of time before everything would be over. And Shane didn't know what he could do to prevent it, but he knew he wanted to.
Oh, he's finally letting himself want.
He's letting himself yearn.
He's yearning, but also he called his heart the stupid part.
I also love that he's like, the tuna melts are endearing. He's like there are tuna melts. If I wife this guy up, there will be tuna melts in my future.
And that's supposedly a plus?
Yes, it's a membership perk, is a tuna melt. And so I'm just amazed, gooped and gagged because, like, Shane gets all of these things in the next chapter, except for a tuna melt. Every single one of these things that he's just listed, he gets in the next chapter.
And I love that Shane's like, I have to end it, but also, I want to not end it. I want to make all these things happen. Like, he's just all over the place. And it makes me want to smash my head into something repeatedly.
Do you think he had the ingredients for a tuna melt at the cottage? I feel like from that he would.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I think he does.
He's like, I need tuna melts with Ilya. That's it.
He stocked up on groceries, and it's actually like Ilya just opens the cabinets and is like, you have a lot of fucking tuna, man.
I mean, listen, it's at least plausible because tuna is quick, cheap, effective protein.
You love to remind people of that.
It's quick and cheap tuna. Quick and cheap protein.
But wait, didn't you have warm tuna, Robert, recently?
Yeah, so I put tuna into warm pasta because I'm like, I need protein. And I'm like, I don't hate how this tastes.
Boom. Boom. I stay winning. I'm winning. Okay, so. Oh, Danielle, do you like a tuna melt?
No. Controversial. I'm sorry.
That's not controversial. The majority of people are like, ew, tuna melt. And I'm like, they're delicious. What is wrong with you
Tuna
people?
should not be warm.
But Mal then had this whole fucking tuna melt on the podcast, and then she started talking about lettuce, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about lettuce for?
There was lettuce on the tuna melt.
There's no lettuce on a tuna melt. Jesus Christ.
It also came with tomatoes, and I took them off.
What the fuck? Okay, that's not a tuna melt.
It was like the tuna mayonnaise mixture, whatever, and then cheese, and then there was lettuce and tomato. I took the tomatoes off because I cannot stand texturally to bite into a tomato, like a slice of tomato.
Mal is coming to visit me in a little over a month, and I'm going to make her a proper tuna melt.
Okay, all right.
So.
That can be our live
Mentally
stream.
preparing for that.
That's our live for next month. Yeah.
Camille makes a tuna melt.
Can you imagine being a full-grown adult and not liking tomato? Wow.
Listen.
I have to be in the right mood. I can't eat like cherry tomatoes. You know how people just like pop them as like a snack, and I'm like every couple years I'll like test it out to see if like maybe I've like matured enough to enjoy a little cherry tomato, and I bite down on it, and the second that I do, I'm like no, not yet. Now it's June 2017. We're in Boston. Stanley Cup championships are in June, so New York is now 40 seconds away from winning the cup.
Ilya's texting Jane.
So Ilya's alone. He's in his Boston penthouse. He's not going to Russia, got no plans to go anywhere. He's just holed up.
The quote here is, he was bored. The playoffs had ended for him weeks ago. At a loss for what to do or where to go, he'd holed up in Boston. It was his only home now, though he had no real friends in the city. There were teammates who stayed for the summers, but none he was close to. But his car collection was here, and that wasn't nothing. Though the last time he had visited his garage 3 days ago, it had kind of felt like nothing. He wasn't inviting Svetlana over anymore because ... just because. So he was watching hockey alone and texting the man he desperately wished he could be sharing his summer with. Once again, he's finally letting himself want. They're yearning. Save them, Scott Hunter.
Give Scott like 30 seconds.
Gay Jesus, Scott Hunter, please save them.
I really like the line that he's like, my cars are here. That's not nothing, though I did go to see my cars and it felt like nothing. And also Svetlana, my favorite, is not coming over because I'm not inviting her over because I'm obsessed with this realization that his vices are not doing it for him.
He wants that slow fucking hockey player.
At this point, he's realizing that, like, I think it's like intentionally he's realizing like all these things are just distractions from his feelings, and doesn't want the distraction anymore. He wants the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It is also interesting that he has no plans to go to Russia. Like, he's not pretending, oh, I can't go to the cottage because I have to go to Russia. He's just like, I'm not going to the cottage because I can't go to the cottage. Like, I'm just going to sit around Boston this summer. I have no friends here. It's just going to be me and a bunch of cars, but I'm not going to that cottage.
Well, but also, like, Book Ilya doesn't want to go to Russia. There's no, I've changed my mind, because it's not like he's going to go with Svetlana.
Right.
He gave up his penthouse. He gave his condo to his brother, and he's just like, done. It's over. Goodbye. Never again.
Never again.
They talk about how Scott is probably going to drink warm milk out of the cup and then go straight to bed.
Okay, so that's a sin. Listen, warm tuna we can argue about. Warm milk?
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, no, warm milk is horrifying. It is also funny, though, because I'm like, that's not the vibe that I get from Scott at all. Like, I mean, he is kind of all-American boy. Like, I mean, he's Steve Rogers. But, like, I don't know, he gets into fights. He punches Ilya in the face in Game Changer. Like, he's not this squeaky clean, like, boring guy. Like, if anything, I think you'd be talking about, like, Shane Hollander's probably going to drink warm milk out of the cup. Because, like, Shane's got the reputation for being no fun. Not Scott.
I just think that, like, I am so tickled by the fact that, like, Book Scott is so shy.
Yeah,
and, like, you cannot talk about sex with Scott Hunter because he'll be like, ugh! He, like, turtles in on himself. Like, he can't handle it. I'm like, Scott Hunter fucks, but don't ask him about it. He's a prude-ish. Prudish, there you go. Scott Hunter is prudish. Episode title.
Yeah.
So Shane says that he's happy for Scott. And Ilya says, of course you are.
Of course you are, which is so fucking funny.
There's another quote that says he'd had every intention of ending things with Shane. He hadn't been able to do that. Not yet. For now, they could text each other and tease each other and pretend they were just friends or whatever. Shane's invitation for Ilya to come to his cottage still existed. Shane wasn't pushing it, Ilya wasn't acknowledging it, but it was there. If it weren't the worst idea in the world, Ilya would be on his way to wherever the fuck Ontario already.
They're yearning. They want this so bad.
I just love that Ilya is like, I had every intention to end it, but actually, I'm not going to. He's like, I promise I was going to end it, but I've just not got around to it yet.
He's like, I'm known for making bad decisions.
Yeah.
So, like, duh.
They're both like, we're going to end it. We're going to end it.
As he's putting a ring on Ilya's finger.
I'm also just going to text him, and also I'm doodling our names in my notebook. My name now in my notebook is Ilya Hollander Rosanov. I'm putting us in a little heart. I'm doodling our joint tombstones, but I'm going to end it.
They're going to be buried together on top of each other.
Yeah.
Same coffin.
They should be cremated and their ashes mixed together in the style of ye old ancient Greek ways.
Yeah, I was going to say, like Achilles and Patroclus.
Okay. Patroclus?
I know I said that weird.
I was like, I can't believe Achilles and Patrick, those guys.
Yeah. My good friend Patrick from Ancient Greece.
Ancient Greek Patrick.
So Ilya is watching all the wags of New York descend onto the ice, and he's watching players kiss their wives, and he's thinking about how nice it would be to have someone to kiss after winning the cup. And you know who is also thinking that right now at this moment? Scott motherfucking Hunter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about to change your life, Ilya. I did pull a quote from Game Changer. I know we haven't talked about Game Changer, I'm sure we will eventually, but...
Guys, spoilers for Game Changer, the first book in this fucking series.
Spoilers for Game Changer. So here is
Wait, Scott Hunter is gay?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that shocking?
What the fuck? Hold on. I gotta take a lap.
So Scott's thought process
Danielle,
here before...
did you know that Scott Hunter was gay?
I actually had no idea until right this second.
Thank you.
It's
okay, thank you for
shocking.
validating me. Mal, go ahead.
So Scott's thought process here, right before he pulls Kip onto the ice. It was later, when the ice started to fill up with the wives and girlfriends and children of his teammates, that Scott started to feel it. Mixed with all of his happiness was a troubling feeling of wrongness. He watched his teammates kiss their partners and hoist their children up, and Scott wanted to be able to share this moment with his partner, with the man he loved. And what would be the harm in having Kip come down onto the ice? The place was a zoo anyway. Hockey players and staff and reporters and photographers and family members. Who would even notice if Scott's boyfriend was among them? So this is not some, I'm here to make a statement... I'm gonna be gay Jesus here for everyone.
This is just him being like, everyone else gets to, why can't I?
Yeah, why can't I kiss my boyfriend? And you know what? Thank God that he does.
I find it funny that he's like, oh, who's gonna notice in all the commotion? You know who does notice? Ilya and Shane.
No, you know who notices? Everyone. Everyone.
But important to the plot of the book we're currently reading, Ilya and Shane.
Yes, Ilya and Shane. And they're gonna notice in a big way. And so I pulled pieces of the kiss that I just kind of pasted into a giant paragraph, and I'm going to also read that. So, they have kissed on the ice. Or not on the ice. Actually, in the book, it happens in a penalty box. They kiss. It's not in the middle of the ice.
Why? Please explain that to me. Why?
Because they're being naughty. They're being gay.
No, literally, I need to know, the actual reason why. Why?
I think because that's just where they end up. He pulls him into the penalty box, from the stands, and then kisses him.
What the fuck, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know. So,
Scott's like, oh my god, I'm about to be so bad right now.
Yeah, look at me in the penalty box.
That's the new gay bar. We're going to open a gay bar called Penalty Box.
Okay, so he could see the surprise in Kip's eyes as Scott leaned in and kissed him. Scott thought it might be a quick peck, but as soon as their lips touched, he just went for it. He kissed Kip like they were alone and maybe hadn't seen each other in months. He kissed him like a man who had everything he'd ever dreamed of. When they broke apart, Kip gaped at him. Holy shit. I don't care, Scott said. I love you. And it was true. He didn't care. Well, he cared that now he may have pulled focus from his teammates and their achievement a bit. He knew he'd feel bad about that. Especially when he glanced up at the giant scoreboard screens and saw a live shot of himself and Kip wrapped up in each other. Well, Kip said giddily, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. May as well go for broke then. Scott kissed him again, and everything around them disappeared. It was just Scott and the man he loved making out in a penalty box.
Go off. I love that for him.
10-minute misconduct for gay shit.
And they're already in the penalty box, so...
Is that a correct, hockey penalty?
Yeah. No, you said 10-minute major, so I switched it to misconduct. You're good.
Oh, okay. Great.
10 minutes would be a misconduct. Usually that's yeah. I mean, and when you have a misconduct like that, that's not a power play. That's just, you don't get to play. You sit on the bench. Yeah.
You sit on the bench and you make out with your boyfriend more in the penalty box.
I was over on the bench.
Our good friend Aaron Hadamer, like climbing with the sticky suction cups, the glass of the penalty box to get in, like, wanna make out? Oh, God. So now we're gonna cut to Ilya's POV of this whole situation.
So, Ilya's POV. Ilya reached for the remote and was about to turn off the television when, ... holy shit. Italics, holy shit. Scott fucking Hunter was kissing a man. Not like one of his teammates on the cheek in an I love you, bro kind of way. Who was doing that? Number one.
The homies, if you're not kissing the homies on the cheek, are you even straight?
Yeah, but in hockey?
How many fucking times do I have to tell you guys that you kiss the goalie at the end of every game, and that the reason that it wasn't weird that Ilya kissed Shane on the cheek at the All-Stars is because that's just very much a thing that you would do. There was a player and I won't say his name because I hate the guy. There was a player, and he was getting in so much trouble years ago because he was just licking people. And these were opponents, and he was doing it to piss them off, but he was straight up licking people, and the refs were like, stop licking people.
If you lick people, you spread the disease. If you kiss people, that's fine.
So, to continue the quote, Scott Hunter was kissing a man wearing street clothes full on the fucking mouth. It looked like tongues were involved.
I love that he had to be that specific. He's like, there were tongues. Yeah.
Boys kissing. Google.
Computer, show me
boys
two
kissing.
boys kissing. I have stated again that I am not a huge fan of tongues and kissing.
Which is crazy to me, but continue. I say that every time.
Yeah, we get lesbian. But it's really funny to me that I guess Ilya's like really zooming in. He's like, oh my God, are they kissing with tongue? Oh my God, are they kissing? Are they two men kissing with tongue?
Wait, can I share a horny thought on Maine?
This isn't the pit crew. You don't have to censor it.
So, okay.
You get more than one horny thought a season on this one.
Great, because penalty box for me if not. So, in the show, every time, I swear, I love the little wet spots that Ilya leaves all over Shane in the show. Have you guys ever noticed them?
No.
He'll like kiss a line down his chest, and there's little wet spots. And I'm like, ah! I love it. Or like Shane's lip gloss is Ilya, basically. You've never noticed that?
That is not a horny thought. I thought you were going to be like, I get wet spots from those wet spots or something like that.
That is something I would say. Snail trailing. Me snail trailing my way over to tell you about the wet spots.
God.
I don't need to leave a trail of breadcrumbs. Everybody knows where I'm going because they slipped and fell.
So he gets a text from Jane that says, holy shit, are you seeing this? What the fuck? Is that his boyfriend? And I love the combination of like question marks and exclamation points that Shane is doing here. Incredible. I also love that their initial reaction from both of them is just, holy shit, soulmates.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, we said it not last week. We said it recently that like Shane's favorite word is fuck.
Right.
So I'm amazed that Shane's response wasn't just like, fuck.
Holy fuck.
Shane has an iPhone, like, shortcut set up so that all he has to do is hit F and it goes, fuck. He's saving time.
Ilya is staring at the television at Scott Hunter and his probable boyfriend. Or Scott Hunter and the random cute man he pulled out of the crowd. And it's making me think of in the show when they're like, is that a fan? Big day for that fan, if true.
Big if true.
Just like...
They're kissing and they're like, wow, really good day for this fan.
Really big day for this random man that Scott Hunter may or may not knew. May or may not have known before today.
It's the Scott Hunter lottery. Who's he gonna kiss at the end of this game?
Actually, every time the Admirals win the cup, Scott Hunter just points at a random man and is like, you!
Come down here, you! So, okay, probable boyfriend. Or Scott Hunter and this random cute man that he pulled out of the crowd. Ilya couldn't process what he was seeing. How could it possibly be real? But there Hunter was, smiling at this mystery man like he was the only thing that mattered in the world, and holding his face as he leaned in to kiss him again. Ilya felt like he was watching all the worst things about his life getting sucked up by a tornado.
Ugh, representation matters.
I actually thought it was a really interesting metaphor because as, like, Mal and I have experience with this as Southerners, is that, like, tornadoes leave destruction, full-on destruction. Like, if you look at a satellite image after a tornado, they leave, like, a bald path. Like, they rip up everything and just leave, like, you can see the path of a tornado from a satellite image. And so, like, I also just thought it was interesting because they rip everything up, but then they also, like, destroy it and spit it out miles away. So it's not like these things just disappear. They are still there, but they get tossed miles away from you, you know? And so I thought that was a really interesting way of thinking about, like, it's not that all these bad things in Ilya's life are gone. They're just miles away. Right now. And, like, everything is upended and we have to rebuild and figure out where to go from here. And the first thing he wants to do to rebuild is to go to the cottage.
Yeah.
And so he calls Shane and he says, I'm going to the cottage.
I'm coming to the cottage.
And I'm just thinking about Shane mere chapters ago being like, whoever's going to be the first one to come out is going to have to be brave as hell, and it sure as hell is not going to be me. And here's Scott Hunter, not even necessarily meaning to be brave as hell. Like, he's just like, I think I should be able to kiss my partner the same as everyone else. Like, I don't care that he's a man. I don't care this is going to be controversial. I don't care that this is going to take spotlight away from the team. Like, I should be allowed to kiss my boyfriend the same way that everyone else can kiss their wives and girlfriends. And you know what? Hell yeah, Scott Hunter.
Also, can I just flag, I don't think I've ever said this on the podcast, but the different ways that we pronounce his last name.
What, Hunter?
Scott Hunter.
That.
No,
No,
there's no
but
T.
I'm not going to say it that way. Sorry, I'm from the South, it's Hunter.
Scott Cunt.
There's no
Danielle,
T.
how do you say it?
Hunter.
British.
That's wild to me.
Yes.
I love how you said British, like derogatory.
I didn't mean it derogatory.
It's okay. I didn't take it like
Yeah, you
that.
did.
It's fine.
No, yeah, it's
I'm
Hunter.
like, okay, so I'm leaving. Bye.
So, Robert, how would you naturally say it?
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter. There's no T.
Hunter.
I just like exaggerating the T for the joke.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Scott Hunter.
Scott Hunter.
Scott Cunt.
Whoa.
I will say, I feel like the show really adds something by having these things happen very cinematically all at once, because I do think it adds to the experience to, like, kind of see this happening as a part of Scott and Kip's story, and then also seeing that affect Shane and Ilya's story, like, all at once. Because, like, in the book, it's not about Scott. Like, this is a thing that has, like, essentially already happened because Game Changer came out first. So, like, you know this thing is going to happen if you've read Game Changer.
But if you haven't read Game Changer, you're going to yell at us for spoiling.
Well, I would assume that everyone who's listening to this has watched the show. I mean, perhaps I shouldn't make that assumption, but if you haven't watched the show or read the books, why are you here?
They're just here because they like us. There are people I love. There are people who don't watch the PITT and they
Yes,
listen
I
to
know.
our episodes on the PITT just because they like hearing us talk. That is so cute, you guys. That's so goddamn cute.
It is cute.
Stop
Yeah.
flirting with us.
I don't know. It's very cinematic in the show, and I love it. Anyway, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Because I do, like, get choked up every time.
And it's one of those moments where sitting there watching it was a surreal experience, you know?
Yeah.
Danielle, Robert, do you guys have any thoughts about chapter 22 do you want to end off with before we move on?
I think just the line, I'm coming to the cottage, is like a huge shift in the book and in the show, obviously, because Ilya's finally ready to admit that he loves Shane. And he wants to go to the cottage, so it's like a giant shift in everything. Thanks to gay Jesus Scott Hunter.
Thank you, gay Jesus Scott Hunter. I'm coming to my experience with the show, for example, was mainly watching the first 4 episodes as they had already come out, and then watching 5 the same day it came out and like talking to you guys about it and hearing I'm Coming to the Cottage, I'm like, I didn't really have a context for how important that was. And then we watched 6 together and I'm like, oh, the cottage is very important.
It's such a brave thing to do.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before when I was watching with my roommate and her boyfriend and then our other 2 roommates who were like also men. The way that they cheered when we were watching the show and Ilya said, I'm coming to the cottage, like you would have thought we were watching a sports game. Like they were so hype when he was like, I'm coming to the cottage. And I was just like cracking up because like it is such an important, like incredible thing. And like, I think episode 5 is like the TV episode of all time. I Will Die on That Hill. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I think that chapter 22 is full of a lot of bravery, but it's all internal. There's a lot of admission there. Mm-hmm. And we've had this time to get each other out of our systems, except we've done anything but. And it's almost like, I don't even know, like, did they try?
Did they try to break it off?
It is really funny how they spend this chapter being like, we gotta break it off. We can't, no reason, no excuses, no nothing. And then Scott and Kip kiss, and it's like, so cottage?
It's like, so maybe we don't have to break it off? Yeah, I also think, like, this is the first chapter where we really see Shane consider coming out to someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
In, like, the coming out to his parents.
He can't contain it.
You see the start of that, like, we're going to be brave. We have these, like, we want to say I love you. We need to say I love you.
We're saying I love you in every way but saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's building. I feel crazy.
There's very much like Shane is starting to feel so many things that all of these things he's like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I can't not tell Ilya. I can't not tell my parents. Like I need this to happen.
I can't keep pretending I don't like you.
Ugh! God, that
You
sounds
don't
like
like
some
me,
simp
Hollander.
shit.
I do.
Perhaps even loves you.
So now we have chapter 4. Nope.
No,
Damn, we went back
all
20
the way
chapters? Holy shit.
Yes, so now we're going to talk about chapter 4. We're back in
Tandem Reid, it's
perhaps?
chapter 4 of Tough Guy.
What is chapter 4? Now I'm curious.
I don't know.
Chapter 4 is... Nope, that's Game Changer. Oh, chapter 4 is the CCM shoot.
So anyway, now we've got part 4, chapter 23, July 2017, Ottawa. Shane is in the parking garage at the airport. He is picking Ilya up.
Yeah, picking someone up at the airport is real love.
Yeah, it really truly is. So being in the parking lot is also real love because I would have just been like, okay, go. Pull up to the arrival section. Okay, go. Get in the car. Whee! Because especially with New York airports, they don't like it when you stay for more than like 4 seconds
Well, this is
in front of the
Ottawa,
doors.
Robert.
Yeah, but all airports are the same. I mean, I guess this is Canada, so it might be a little better.
But also, like, he doesn't want to be seen, is the point.
Yeah.
So
That's why he's hiding in the parking garage.
Making it more inconvenient for Ilya by being like, you have to walk all the way to the garage. So he is shocked that Ilya accepted and is coming to the cottage. He knows that it's somewhat due to Scott Hunter. I mean, the timing wouldn't it be funny if he was like, oh my gosh, is this because of Scott? And he's like, what do you mean? What happened with Scott?
What happened to Scott?
I was just making a tune about what, did something happen? I turned the TV off.
Yeah, I turned the game off when the Admirals won. It's crazy.
Can you imagine the fact that this would have been so different if Ilya had suddenly had a tummy ache and got up to go to the bathroom?
Well, I mean, I imagine he would have eventually seen what happened.
Yeah, but he also would have seen the blowback, the immediate blowback.
Yeah, that's true.
And that could have changed
Imagine if
things.
they watched it like on fucking highlight reels.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that is true because I think if he had waited and seen the kind
Reaction.
of effects and the reaction, I think it might have also but once you've already said I'm coming to the cottage. And I love that Shane says he's watched Scott's speech at the NHL Awards where he talks about being gay ... a few times.
It's game tape. He's studying.
Yeah, he's like, how do I beat Scott Hunter at being gay? How do I win at being gay? Like the Raymond Holt line from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he's like, being gay is not a choice, it's a game, and I'm winning. That's Shane
And
Hollander.
it just makes me think of the long game when Ilya's like, you would like him. He's very bad at being gay, just like you. You have a lot in common. You're both really bad at being gay.
They don't say it in this book, but they do say it in Game Changer and also in the show. Like, he's winning league MVP here, and that's what the speech is. And honestly, perhaps I'm just jaded, but I am, like, shocked that the league would give this to him. I know this is fiction, but I'm shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, especially in the way that they treat, like, Troy Barrett later on for even just speaking out about things. And they're like, shut up, Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, I can't imagine that they would want to give him this platform to give this speech. Like, even if he is the MVP and, like, absolutely should have won, I could see them giving it to someone else just purely to be like, we don't want to hear from Scott Hunter again. Keep your politics out of hockey. Well, now I feel bad at leaving it as keep your politics out of hockey. To be clear, I do not feel that way because I'm like... but
so
I know some bitch on Twitter would have been saying that. Anyway... So Shane wishes he could have been at the awards in person because he would have liked to shake Scott's hand. And also perhaps attend Scott Hunter night with Ilya. I know he wouldn't. He would not go to that gay bar.
No.
However, I've said it before and I will say it again. Scott Hunter night is probably the thing that I am saddest did not make it into the show because I fucking love Scott Hunter night. And I understand why it didn't, but it is canon to me. Ilya did in fact go to Scott Hunter night in the show and he wore his cunty little cheetah print shirt and threw down with Scott Hunter and the gays.
Threw down? That sounds like a fight.
Well, I mean, he does chirp quite a bit when he goes to Scott Hunter.
Okay, to be clear, we're talking about the hoedown throwdown, not like...
Yeah.
So, Shane does email Scott to acknowledge his bravery, but he dances around the fact that he's gay too, because gay guys like to dance.
And because he doesn't
I don't dance, I say you can.
He doesn't have Scott's courage just yet. But he figures maybe Scott will understand what he's trying to say anyway. And I'm like, the man plays hockey. He's probably had many concussions. And also, as someone who has failed to come out to several people in my own life, sometimes if you don't say the words, people don't know what you mean. Even other gay people.
But, like, again, yeah, Scott is so locked in on his own shit that, like, all the signs could be in front of him and he's not going to pick up on it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to put it together. That's not because he's stupid. He's not. He's just so locked in on his own business that he's not gonna.
It is fun to me, though, that Shane is not mentioned by name in Game Changer at all. Ilya is. Ilya, in fact, makes several in-person appearances in Game Changer. Shane is not even mentioned, but Scott does mention getting emails from players. And so that is kind of our Shane mention in Game Changer.
And then Shane talks about how having an NHL player come out as gay for the first time was exciting, but he's like, 1 million players could come out and it's still not going to change anything. Like, being gay is not what's going to be the scandal here. It's fucking your biggest rival over the course of your entire NHL career. That was something that no one would understand, right?
Well, yeah.
And that is the problem. We end up finding out later on as we read more that it's not a problem that Shane is gay per se. Some people have an issue with that. Some very big important people have issues with that. The thing is, it's the whole Ilya Roznov of it all. That's the unacceptable part.
And I mean, I really hate the way Shane describes it. He says they would be a joke. If the world found out about them, that was all they would be. The depraved hockey players who secretly fucked each other.
And Shane didn't want to be that at all. He wanted to be the best hockey player in the world. And he wanted to be in a relationship with a man he could finally admit he was in love with without shame or fear. But he couldn't. All he could have were these 2 weeks alone with Ilya, hiding where no one would find them.
Ugh,
yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny how we keep, like, moving the finish line a little bit, where it's just like, we shouldn't be hooking up. It's okay that we're hooking up and now we care about each other, but, like, we're gonna break this off eventually. Oh, well, we can have these 2 weeks together, but then, like, there's no future after that. But then, like, once they have the 2 weeks together, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, like, we can keep doing this in secret. Like, they keep... As they do more, they just, like, keep giving themselves, like, finding more ways that they can be together, which is kind of funny. Because this, like, he wants he wants to be in a relationship with the man he can finally admit that he's in love with. Like, 6 months ago, he wouldn't have been able to admit that.
Of course, Ilya chirps about the Jeep, and Shane's like, it's a Jeep Cherokee. And he says, it's practical. And Ilya says, you're a millionaire.
What's
And
wrong
then
with the
Shane
Cherokee?
says,
It's good
okay.
in the snow. It holds a lot of stuff. It's a good car.
You do a bare minimum amount of research, and you will find that that is not reliable. I found out that 2014 to 2017 Jeep Cherokees have a well-documented history of transmission issues, so that's not reliable. You would also never catch me dead driving a Jeep. Sorry, never, ever, ever, ever. Honda, sponsor the pod.
Put Shane Hollander in a Honda CRV if you want to give him like a little SUV.
Actually, Subaru sponsor the pod. Get a Subaru Crosstrek out there in heated rivalry.
Yeah, that would be good in the snow.
Yeah, it's for the gays. I was thinking about the
My culture is not a costume. Do not give that.
yes, it is. So the your culture was a joke. No,
Wow.
I wrote a fic, and in it, Shane is like shopping for a new car, and he's looking at the most like Jeep, right, and just like bleh, boring shit. And Ilya's like, you can afford something better that is reliable and is nice, and like steers him towards that. Because I was like, I gotta get him out of this Jeep. That's the one thing I have to do with this fic.
I'm really
is
glad
get
that the
him out
show
of the Jeep.
switched it to like a Land Rover.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Range
Yeah.
Rover. Whatever.
No,
it
it's
is.
a Land Rover.
It's a Land Rover. Okay.
Yeah.
I live in New York. I don't have a car.
So Shane says that he thinks that Ilya will like the cottage. He says that it's really relaxing. And Ilya says, is that what we're going to do? Relax. And Shane says, I hope so. I'd like to relax with you for once. I love brave Shane. I love when Shane gets brave and just starts saying shit.
Cause he's so genuine. When he's no longer lying to himself, then he stops lying to the people around him, and he's so sweet and so genuine and so I love him. And so they drove in silence for a few minutes. Shane wondered if Ilya was as panicked as he suddenly was. 2 weeks, alone together, possibly constantly alone together. What the hell had he been thinking when he suggested this? Thank you, Ilya said suddenly, for inviting me. Shane felt his panic subside. I'm glad you're here. I'm also glad, but terrified, right? Shane laughed, relieved. Yeah, me too. They both knew this was the point of no return. More so even than the first time they had kissed or fucked. This was a new frontier, a new level of intimacy.
Fellas, is it gay and intimate to have a silent car ride with the guy you've been fucking for 8 years?
Yes, it is. But and as we'll talk more about later, this is the first time that Shane is letting Ilya into his home. And this is his home. Like, the cottage is the place that he loves more than anywhere else in the world. Like, this is his, as the show says, his silent oasis.
Yeah.
He's letting Ilya in to his silent oasis. Which, sounds like a euphemism, but, he's already done the euphemism part. This is, the truly.
They are going to sit together for hours on this car ride. No sex. Just the radio, and the two of them.
Just the two of us.
I was just going to say, I feel like them both admitting they're terrified is one of the first steps of them finally fully opening up to each other, which is what they do at the cottage. But they're finally admitting that they're terrified, which is a good step, even if it's scary.
I was gonna be my critique is the radio. They don't even have Spotify, Pandora. We're just raw dogging the radio.
Leave it to Shane Hollander to have Pandora.
There was nothing wrong with 2017 Pandora.
The only time you ever get Pandora still to in 2026, if you're a normal person, is when you go to have an MRI or something, and they're like, "What music do you want to listen to?" We've got Pandora.
I'm also kind of thinking how Ilya always gives off this confidence and this kind of I don't give a shit attitude. And so I think him admitting that he's terrified here is huge.
Huge. I like them just not even trying to lie to each other. They're not trying to mask to each other. They are being very careful about what they're saying, but they're also just saying shit that they wouldn't have said 2 months ago. And so Shane, of course, has told his parents that he needs a couple weeks of solitude, like a mental training meditation thing.
It's the most Shane excuse of all time, I think.
Yeah.
Which means, hey, that means the cottage is going to be empty. Oh boy, if I left my charger there, I'll be able to get it at some point.
I did have a coworker, like, straight up tell me that she's doing a silent retreat this summer. And I was like, is that a code? For, like...
Heated Rivalry has changed silent retreats forever.
Of course, like, I didn't ask her that because also, like, this is a woman that I absolutely believe would do a silent retreat. And she was, like, telling me all about it. And I was like...
She's got to get those words out. She can't
crazy.
talk when she goes
Yeah, she can't talk on her silent retreat. But I was like, silent retreat, is this a code for, like, meeting up with your gay lover for 2 weeks at a cottage in Ontario?
I really wish you'd actually ask that question.
I did try to get this coworker to watch Heated Rivalry, and she did watch at least the first couple episodes and was like, oh, I started watching it, and then she wouldn't tell me what she thought, so I don't think she enjoyed it.
That's not a good sign. What the fuck? I'm obsessed with this next bit because Shane smiles and he takes a hand off of the steering wheel and reaches over, and Ilya quickly tangled their fingers together and squeezed.
That's not situationship behavior.
No, but I'm obsessed with the way that Ilya knows exactly what Shane is reaching for at all times.
He's pulling his cock out.
No, he's so in tune with Shane, and right now they are so on the same wavelength that he's like, yes, we're going to hold hands.
And physically, they've kind of always been on the same wavelength. And this is still kind of physically. We're getting less and less sexual with it, but this is still like...
We're holding hands?
It's a physical thing, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's really gay.
Third base is holding hands. First base, blowjobs. Second base...
Anal.
Third base, holding hands.
Fourth base...
And the full home run,
rim
we
job.
say I love you.
Oh.
Oh. Well, that too. That's about to happen. I also, the way that they say 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, they could pretend that their situation wasn't impossible.
We're just going to start inserting pterodactyl voices.
That's how this makes me feel, and I want to be able to speak my truth.
Yeah, you should. So, Ilya's hit with a sudden wave of, holy shit, this is really happening. Shane parks the car in front of the large lake house. Ilya had seen it on television, and he'd never been somewhere quite like this before. He said, because this is somewhere that he can truly let his guard down and not worry about being recognized. I think that's very metaphorical in that, Shane has had this his entire life, is somewhere he can let his guard down and not be recognized. He's always had a cottage to go to. Ilya has never, ever in his life had a cottage to go to.
There has never been a time where Ilya has been able to get away from it all.
Right.
And I think because of the expectations from his father and from, even when he was trying to steal, little moments with Shane, there were always phone calls from his dad or from his brother or from, there's just never been a chance for him to get away.
Right.
Those expectations, he can't shake them off the way Shane can when he goes to the cottage.
And so Shane is like, I can't believe you played with bruised ribs, and I still think, you can. So here's the thing. I know that it can't technically be that, the rib is bruised. I didn't Google it, but just, this idea of having bruised ribs, you've got, your skeleton, and there's just a bruise on your rib.
You're telling me you're not a medical professional, but you co-host a successful PITT podcast.
Yeah, and a lot of times we're like, yuck, 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 you yuck.
I'm a proud not doctor. Okay?
Wow.
I went to Pitt Medical School. I know some things. And clearly the only drug we can name is fentanyl, so...
And I know the dosage, 47 gallons attached to the IV drip.
Yeah.
Can a doctor please weigh in? I know it's silly, but can a doctor please weigh in and be like, how fatal would 47 gallons of fentanyl be?
I don't need an answer to that question. There's either fatal or not fatal.
Levels of fatal, yeah. It's just kind of is it going to kill you? Yes.
How dead am I?
I just want a doctor to hear the words 47 gallons of fentanyl and just panic.
I am thinking about the cost of 47 gallons of fentanyl in America, and I'm like oh my God.
$14.
Yeah, sure. So it's a spectacular house. It has it's wide open, it's spacious, high ceilings, exposed beams. The opposite wall was floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the lake. Ilya could see an enormous deck with a pool and a hot tub, and beyond that was a dock and a boathouse.
My reaction to this was, there's a fucking pool?
I had that reaction too.
When we recorded episode 6, and I was like, this cottage feels too small for what I was imagining. And you guys were like, no, this is exactly what I imagined. I was like, okay, but like, that's what I'm saying.
Well, clearly, Camille, I don't read because I didn't know there was a fucking pool. I knew there was a pool table.
Media literacy starts with you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, is it like, fine, whatever, we're missing the pool, but like, if you're going to tell me you have a lakeside cottage, why the fuck do you need a pool? You're next to a lake. Oh, it's the filtered water. It's clear. Shut the fuck up. Just go swim in the lake.
No, sometimes you go to the pool when you go to the beach because you just want to go to the pool. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm not swimming in a lake. I don't want to swim in the lake.
That's it. Camille, I'm pushing you in the lake.
Okay, but also, like, I have a cooter. Can you imagine how that might make... Yeah!
And that prevents you from swimming? I didn't know having a cooter makes you sink automatically. Like, damn.
No!
I thought AFAB people were more buoyant than that.
I have, like, right up into me. And so... I don't want to swim in a lake because all of the things could just like right in and straight home. And you you don't have a hot pocket is what I'm saying.
There are a lot of holes on your body at any point which things can enter and make you sick.
I'm not worried about getting sick. I just am saying I have a hot pocket and you don't. And I don't like feeling vulnerable in a lake. Okay?
I have never once thought about that, Camille.
Good for you, bitch!
Camille, I think you have anxiety.
My doctor does too. Thank you. Maybe you are. Meh, doctor. That's MD. Meh,
okay.
Doctor.
So, anyway, Ilya looks around and is like hit by the realization that he is in Shane Hollander's home because he has still never seen Shane's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane offers to give him a tour. Or says if he's hungry, he's stocked up on groceries. Also, there's a beer fridge in the game room by the pool table, and the tap water here is great because there's a spring nearby.
Do you know how many people we've had in our comments who were like, that's valid. It's really important to have your own well. That's really bougie, and that's really great. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
It is also objectively funny that he's brought this man that he's in love with to his cottage, and he's like, we have really good water here.
In America, vacations and summer homes are for the upper class, not the rest of us, okay? Yeah. Vacations are wildly expensive. You guys underestimate. And also, our economy is not built for people to take vacations. We don't do that. We don't get that, okay? Okay, so Ilya closes the distance between them, and he kisses Shane. And it says, the moment Shane's mouth opened under his, everything made sense. All of Ilya's nerves left him, and he grabbed.
He grabbed that Shane Hollander.
And he grabbed at Shane's t-shirt and pulled him closer. Shane made a little moaning sound and plunged his fingers under Ilya's ball cap. He tangled his fingers in Ilya's hair and began walking him backward to the leather sofa. Now, they haven't been together in months. Ilya hasn't been with anybody in months. He hasn't wanted to be with anybody but Shane.
Because he just wants Shane!
So they have the whole conversation about not having been with other people. And Shane is just, like, mind blown, so charmed, tee-hee, kickling.
That's actually the term for giggling and kicking your feet. Giggling, kicking his feet, twirling his hair, doodling Shane Hollander Rozanov in his notebook because Ilya has not slept with anyone since the last time they were together.
And Ilya's like, it's not a big deal. It's such a big deal.
But it is.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's
especially
huge
because
for Ilya.
his entire reputation is that, like, he's sleeping with everyone. And so for him to not do that because all he wants is you, that's romantic shit.
Yeah, so Danielle, tell us more about why that's so important.
I feel like you've just explained it. Like,
Fuck!
I'm sorry, I gotta shut up.
No, it's fine. No, because like Ilya is known as a ladies' man, so like he's always, people assume he's always with different women, even if he isn't, because he's with Shane. So even though he's like finally admitting that he just wants Shane for like the first time in like what, like 7 years, which is insane. And he's trying to play it off as it's not a big deal, but it's a massive deal.
And when they were at Ilya's penthouse, Ilya was like, I'll find somebody else to fuck. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And now
he was
Ilya's like, I
like you
to.
not as a person, but you have a good mouth. Like, the glow up from I like you not as a person to I haven't slept with anyone since in months because all I want is you. Crazy.
All
Diabolical.
I wanted was you.
I also will say that honesty is so sexy.
It is.
Ilya Rozanov
Shane
being
is.
honest is so hot.
And that's why Shane hits him with the we should be honest with each other and like actually tell each other what we're feeling. Which like, Shane, that's kind of a big ask when you are currently doing everything you can to like hold inside the words I love you.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, yeah, sure, we can be honest. It's a little bit, what's it called when it's not a real confession because you like under duress, I guess? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'll say anything if you'll touch my dick right now. Like, I'll agree to anything, just like, please. It's been months.
He's not used to it being months. He's like, please, like, I just need relief.
Yeah.
Ilya has a mold of Shane's hand made.
Yeah. Got him. Use that horniness to get him to agree to be honest and emotionally vulnerable with you. Woo!
Exactly. In the same way, like, if you want Shane Hollander to do what you want, you make it a challenge. Ilya Rozanov, you tell him that you will touch his dick. They're very simple. They are men. That, I will say, what, on dating apps and things, when someone, like, the prompt is like, I'm overly competitive about, and someone puts everything, red flag. Pass.
Unless you are Shane Hollander, yeah, red flag.
Yeah. But I'm saying I think I might I might look at Shane Hollander's dating profile and be like, pass.
Red flag.
And not because
well,
I'd be
honestly,
like, my gaydar would go off. It wouldn't be that. It would be that I'd be like, he's overly competitive about everything. Pass.
No, and Shane and Ilya, so much of their early relationship was a red flag. Like, let's be so honest.
Shane Hollander's dating profile says, looking for a quick fling, open to marriage. Wants children, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke.
Bonus if you can get me pregnant.
Down to try.
So I love Ilya's internal monologue when Shane's like, we should be honest. He thinks, I can't, Ilya wanted to say. I can't because if I do, you'll think I'm pathetic, or worse, you'll say it back, and then what the fuck are we supposed to do?
I'm so interested in what he thinks he could say that would be so pathetic that Shane wouldn't be charmed by it.
I think he's like, if I say how much I love you, you're gonna think I'm pathetic because you obviously do not love me the same way, or worse, you do, and then we're screwed.
And not in the fun way.
But Shane is like laying on top of him, like kickling his feet. And and Ilya's like, if I say that I like you, that's too much. That might be a bridge too far, even though you're kickling your feet right now. Like, I can't not laugh when I say that word, but I kind of like it. So Shane took him into his mouth and everything was simple again.
Sex is still more comfortable than having an actual conversation.
Robert's giggle just there.
We did get a review talking about how delightful Robert's giggle is, and also they said Camille's laugh was great, and I was like, what the fuck about me then, guys? And so then Robert's partner was nice enough to leave us a review. Robert's fiance, I should say fiance, because very exciting. Robert's fiance did leave us a review because he did text and say that I had a nice laugh, and then I was like, leave us a review so I know it's real. And so there is a review that's like, so it's real. Incredible stuff from Mac. Thank you, Mac.
I wanted to flag the use of the word simple, because simple isn't necessarily right or natural. It's just easy. It's just like, well, if I want to, I don't know, if I'm thirsty and my bottle of water is right here.
Simple.
It's simple. I open the bottle and I take a drink of water.
Well, and this
Simple.
is what we're used to. This is the part that's not new. This is the part that's not scary. We've been
Right.
doing this for 7 years at this point. Like, we know how to have sex.
Right.
It's simple. We get together, we fuck. It's simple.
So, Ilya cheated and murmured, "I would stay here forever if I could," in Russian. You guys, I'm killing myself.
Jar.
Fuck!
And he felt Shane's sigh around him, but it sounded more dreamy than exasperated. Maybe he understood what he meant. Maybe some feelings couldn't be hidden behind foreign words.
That's right.
Also, Shane just thinks you speaking Russian is hot. So, that's what that
100%.
was.
But also, Shane picks up on the adoring tone of his voice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Shane knows that Ilya is saying something, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I feel like Ilya speaking what he wants to say in Russian is kind of helping him become more brave, like, so he can say it in English so Shane will understand. So he's saying it to Shane without, like, a fear of rejection or whatever he thinks Shane
English
will say
is too
because
hard
he's
right now.
speaking. Yeah, exactly, like in the tunnel. So just, like, speaking in Russian helps him a little bit, which, I mean, Shane thinks is hot, so everyone's happy, I guess.
ugh. And then this one kills me. The surprising thing was that the blowjobs were not the best part of the afternoon. Afterward, now that they had taken the edge off, they just relaxed against each other on the sofa. The clothing that had stayed on their bodies was rumpled and unfastened. Their hair was messy. They talked quietly to each other as there was no other word for it, cuddled for over an hour. Shane was twisting strands of Ilya's hair around his fingers and gently releasing them. Ilya was tracing his fingertips over Shane's freckles. Every now and again, Ilya would kiss Shane's jaw or his throat, or, one time, the tip of his nose. Ilya couldn't believe what he'd been reduced to. He was infatuated. It was disgusting.
I feel feral. This is crazy.
This is Holanov. Sex just takes the edge off, and then they're like, okay, what
And
I
then they're like,
actually
now we're
really want to
tender and
do
in
is
love.
kiss your cute little nose and touch your freckles.
Sorry, I was going to say that feels like just them cuddling for like hours is like the most intimate they've been in like the whole relationship.
Yeah. I love it. I love it because like I love when my cats fall asleep on me and I'm just stuck there for hours. I love it. It's the best. And so they're on Shane's little indoor ice rink, right? It's a large synthetic plastic rink, a net with shooting targets, passing targets, and a whole bunch of exercise equipment. And then the wall facing the lake is all windows.
And I love how Ilya is like, of course Shane has a practice hockey rink in his house. Of course.
There's no off season. And so Ilya tells him about going to a gay club for Scott Hunter night, and Shane very comedically immediately misses Ilya's pass. And he asks why Ilya didn't tell him this before, and Ilya's like, oh, I forgot. Bullshit!
But really, he wanted to see Shane's, quote, scrunched confusion face when he told him.
I love that he's like branded Shane in these different, he's like, oh, that's the signature look.
Yep, there's the scrunched confusion face. And Ilya says he
Ilya
didn't
Hard
tell
Eyes
Scott.
Rozanov and
Yes.
Shane's scrunched confusion face Hollander.
Ilya says he didn't tell Scott that he was queer, but he may have figured it out. I doubt it.
Yeah.
And Ilya also says there were some very hot men there at the club.
And then we have another trademark Shane face, clenched in disapproval.
That's not the only thing that's clenching.
Okay.
But the other thing clenches in approval.
I think Ilya also just wants to see Shane jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying that. He just wants his boyfriend, well, his not boyfriend yet, but situationship to be jealous.
Mhm. He loves to rile that man up.
He's a bisexual menace, yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Ilya does not do well when he's jealous. We'll see that very quickly into the long game. He's like, fuck, no, I can't. Ilya says that the point is that he went to a gay bar with NHL players and that it was exciting. And Shane nods and returns the puck to Ilya because Ilya has sent him a new puck. Shane says, I'll bet. And Ilya admits that he gives Scott shit, but what he did was brave. And kissing his boyfriend on TV like that was brave. And the speech at the awards. And Shane says it was. And it made him hopeful. And that things might be changing. And Ilya says that it made him jealous. Should we do this back and forth?
Yeah, you be Ilya, I'll be Shane. You want to kiss me on television?
Yes, after I win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, so in this romantic scenario, you've just defeated me?
Yes, sorry.
I'm not going to be in the mood to kiss you if I've just lost the Stanley Cup, Rosanov.
But you would be so proud of me.
You are the most obnoxious person on earth. I have no idea why I put up with you. He almost said it.
He stopped himself just in time. He almost said it.
Oh my god.
Fellas, is it gay to fantasize about beating your soon-to-be boyfriend at the Stanley Cup
Yes.
and then kissing him on the big screen?
Yes. I think it would have been really funny if this is the first time that Shane said I love you. Like, I have no idea why I love you. Like, he just, like, riled him up enough that he was just like, and then you get, like, you love me? It would be so them.
Yeah. So Ilya then asked to be shown to his room, and Shane says that he's got 4 guest rooms. Jesus Christ! It's a
many guest
5-bedroom
rooms.
cottage. Why does he need so many bedrooms? He has no siblings. He doesn't have nieces or nephews. His parents live down the road. His friends don't come to visit. Like, Jesus Christ, Shane. But I will say that it almost kind of feels like, so Shane says he wants to live here permanently when he retires. And so it was kind of making me think about how, like, Shane is planning for a big family. Shane is planning to have people in his space. And I love that. And so Ilya says that he needs a
Someday he's
king-size
gonna let
bed,
people
and
in.
Shane says they've all got king-size beds. Ilya needs an ensuite bathroom, and only one of them has an ensuite bathroom. And so Shane is like, I'll try to be accommodating. And he kisses Ilya. And then Ilya says, I want to sleep in your bed, Shane Hollander. Why am I so obsessed with this? Like, we're saying so many things. Like, I want to sleep in your bed, Shane Hollander, aka I love you. There are so many ways of saying I love you that are happening.
Oh, they say I love you many, many times, and it's
Without
crazy.
even saying the words, I love you. It's the fact that it took them this long is so hilarious to me.
And they still haven't said it.
Yep. But Ilya is finally getting to see Shane's bedroom in person after fantasizing about his bedroom a couple chapters ago and then getting the Skype tour. And Shane has a framed photo of his parents on his dresser. I have no family photos in my room. Like, am I weird or is Shane weird for this?
I have family photos in my room, but like mainly of my dad, and I think I'm justified in that because my dad's dead, unfortunately. But his parents are still alive. Having a fucking framed photo of your parents like on your nightstand, watching you have sex, disgusting behavior.
It is kind of hilarious to me, though, that when Ilya was fantasizing about Shane's bedroom, he kind of chirped him about, like, I bet you have a framed photo of your parents, and he fucking does.
Soulmate shit. It's like,
Ilya knows this man.
Well, keep in mind, Robert, Shane is not having sex with anyone at the cottage, so they're not seeing anything.
And, Ilya does lay the photo face down to not shock them, so...
Which is what I needed. I'm glad that Ilya looked at it. He's like, okay, we're just gonna...
Yeah.
I will say, I think that...
If only he could do that in real life and keep David Hollander from being shocked.
He just
Anyway.
pushes David over. Puts a bag over his head. I actually have no photos in my home, like at all. The only one that I
Camille,
have is
I'm
actually...
bringing a framed photo of me when I come.
That's totally fair. That right there behind me is a portrait of my cat that someone had painted for me, and it's the only
amazing.
framed thing that is hung in my home. It's not the only hung thing in my home because I live here. So Shane says it's surreal to have Ilya there, but it's a good surreal. And then they have sex. Ilya does this strip tease, and Shane is like, what is this Magic Mike shit?
Yeah, they're having a good time. For once, they have not all the time in the world, but they have more than just a couple hours, so they can mess around and be
They're
silly.
2 guys in their 20s being goofy and making each other laugh.
It's still upsetting to me that they're 2 men in their 20s. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean they've made more money than I'll ever see in my life?
Yeah, that, but also what do you mean you're in their 20s? People in their 20s don't exist.
You're in your 20s.
Yeah. What do you mean it would take me 10 years to make the salary of the lowest paid NHL players? What do you mean?
The lowest
What do you
played.
mean? Paid. Well, the lowest played are the lowest paid, so...
Ilya says that he's been waiting a long time for this, and Shane's like, yeah, it's been months. And Ilya says, no, I've waited years to have you in your real bed. I'm shitting my pants. I'm gonna shit.
That is
like
not
you guys.
situationship behavior.
No, actually, this one is. That is situationship behavior.
The next quote is, Ilya was here, and Shane would finally know what it was like to be with him when they had all the time they wanted. Ilya had promised him 2 weeks, and Shane was giddy with the vastness of time that was spread before him.
I mean, I kind of said this a little bit, like 2 weeks is not that long, but when you've only had hours before, like 2 weeks is an eternity. Like this is the longest time they've ever spent together, and that's ridiculous and so sad.
Yeah, and they finally don't need to rush anything. Because I feel like they've always just been like rushing to like get back to like the hotel or back where people can't catch them. And now they finally have like 2 weeks to just exist together, which they've not really done.
I don't know about Shane, but I think Ilya is the one who's rushing around.
Russian.
Yeah.
He's Russian. So, I also just want to say, I'm not going to name the book, but hopefully someone will understand this reference, is that like, Shane thinking about 2 weeks, my brain is just going, 2 weeks, huh? So, Ilya grabs Shane's wrists and he pins him to the mattress and he starts sucking on his neck. And Shane realizes, like, oh my god, he can leave a hickey. Robert, I was like, Robert's gonna love this. Robert's gonna fucking love this.
Robert's fiance is a vacuum cleaner, just by the way.
Yeah, so, that's a two-way street. We like hickeys. What can I say?
I thought you said we like cookies.
Well, yeah, that too.
There was a time where Mal and I were hanging out at a friend's birthday party, and Mal noticed 2 gigantic hickeys on my neck, like on each side, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know those were there.
No, I noticed the first one because I was standing mostly on one side of Robert, and I was like, you have a giant hickey on your neck, and then Robert like turned around, and there was a matching one on the other side, and I just lost my shit.
No, you lost your shit definitively when I dropped you off home, and I'm like, hey, you want to see more? And I pulled my shirt down. I pulled the collar of my shirt down.
You don't like tongues, but you do like hickeys.
Yeah, tongues are yucky.
So the quote is, no one would ever know what happened here.
I would know.
We hope, but yeah, for now. So Ilya growls and presses his mouth harder to Shane's skin because Shane is like, you should leave a mark. And he sucks hard enough that, for a hysterical second, Shane wondered if he might actually be a vampire. And then, this is my favorite. Are there Russian vampires? No, dummy. Vampires aren't real.
There are Russian vampires in Twilight, though, right?
Out loud, yes.
Okay, great. Robert and I went to the Ripped Bodice in Brooklyn yesterday, and I did find a sticker of Charlie Swan that just said Daddy.
Ew,
and then there was also one of Carlisle Cullen that said Dr. Daddy.
Put
Incredible.
Carlisle Cullen on the pit right now.
Here's our new doctor. He's a vampire.
Bloodletting? You got it.
Those are the 2 funniest lines in the whole book, I think. Just, no, you dummy. Vampires aren't real. He's just calling himself an idiot, basically.
For weeks, we've been going, say it out loud.
Vampire.
Gay. And so Ilya whispers mine against Shane's skin, and Shane says yours. And then Ilya says, all of this for 2 weeks is mine. And the following is forever, Shane wanted to say. Forever, if you ask. He knew it was impossible, but in that moment, he would do anything to make it work. There had to be a solution to their problem. But for now, he just said, fuck me, please.
I'm preemptively donating $20 to the jar because
oh, good.
That's how that makes me feel.
Yeah. Ilya's about to eat some hamburger buns, so
yes,
he is making a slow journey down Shane's body.
8 of them, because Shane's about to make 8 hamburgers.
Jesus Christ.
Next chapter.
Ilya's making a slow journey down Shane's body, placing a soft placing a soft kiss. Tuna melt frothing.
God.
Placing a soft kiss on each notch of his spine. He was in no hurry at all. Gorgeous, Ilya sighed between kisses. The word in his accent was dark and lush. It slid over Shane's skin, and in that moment, he felt gorgeous. I love him getting called gorgeous. I love this moment so much. I love this scene so much. I love it so much. Okay, so then Shane's booty hole is a whole snack. Basically, it's a meal is happening here.
Yes.
I love this for him. This is great for him. And it feels so good that he says thank you. And then he's kind of embarrassed by it. But he's like, moving on.
He's like, I can't
There's
dwell
a
on
tongue
that
in my
'cause
butt.
it's too good.
But it's great toxic top behavior to be like, okay, thank me for every orgasm you get.
And then this is fucking incredible. I love this. Actually, Mal, you read it.
Shane was going to come. The realization hit him suddenly, and in a panic, he jerked his hips off the bed to remove any friction against his aching cock. Thank you, Camille. Unfortunately, the move also caused him to smash Ilya in the face with his ass.
Robert's just like checked out. Robert's like, no. His ass
Robert,
got
say the
clapped.
words aching cock.
No.
So anyway, Shane checks in and he asks Ilya because Ilya's like, ow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry. I love that we've gone from like Shane being embarrassed and shame and all of this stuff to Shane and Ilya joking around and being goofy and then like accidentally smashing faces with butts and laughing and joking, and it's so good. And then Shane asks Ilya if he enjoyed doing that, and Ilya says yes until you bashed me in the face. Admit it, you liked it. And Shane's like, listen, I need you to fuck me now. And so Ilya gets the lube and the condoms. And then Ilya's like, oh, I was hoping you would have more toys here. But he just has the one dildo. Still, it's in Montreal.
Then they're fucking. And Shane is also letting himself be as loud as he always wants to be because he can now. And also Ilya is like making the headboard slam into the wall. And I put that one tongue emoji that's kind of creepy because it's got like the dead eyes. You know the one.
Hey, more embarrassing stories from my sex life. My first like proper high school girlfriend, we were just, it's not even a sex story. We were just like cuddling in my bed and my dad walks by. He's like, make sure you two aren't doing anything bad. And I just like grab the headboard and I just start smashing against the wall. I'm like, oh yeah, sex noises. Oh yeah. And I embarrassed the fuck out of my girlfriend. But my dad found it funny.
I would have killed you. I do want to just say a shout out to, this person probably doesn't even know who we are and they will never hear this, but eCamps on Threads for posting last week. Hollander, I just woke up. What is jorking?
Hollander, I just woke up. What is jorking it?
I sent that to the group chat and I got no response, but I was like, oh, this was for us.
Oh, did I not respond? Because I
No.
did laugh. Okay.
I thought Mal sent it, so I ignored it.
Yeah. That
Yet
checks.
again.
That tracks.
So, for long moments, neither of them moved. They both panted and gazed at each other, and there were words that Shane was dangerously close to saying. He could feel them thrashing around inside of him, desperate to get out, but he forced them down. And then Ilya placed a palm on the side of Shane's face and just looked at him. And for a wild second, Shane thought Ilya was going to be the one to say those forbidden words. So, Shane is like, we could stay in the bed the whole time. The whole 2 weeks, stay right here. And Ilya's like, no. I'm going to fuck you in every single room of this house. Which is also a very, very alpha.
Yeah.
It's like, no one will ever be able to be in a room in this house without me knowing what has happened here. And so, Shane is like, well, I have a hot tub. And Ilya's like, no, that's terrible. And Shane's like, well, I have a pool?
No, I feel like a pool would also be bad. Embarrassing story from my sex life. I did once try to have sex in the ocean, and it was not a good time.
Ouch.
Once again, Hot Pockets. You've got jellyfish.
Yeah.
You got man-o'-war. You got fish and turtles.
I was also like, I was very drunk, so.
So, Shane is like, well, I have a pool. And Ilya's like, you have a pool table. And Shane's like, the felt is very delicate. This is not sexy anymore. Hold on.
He's so funny.
Shane Hollander is secretly one of the funniest guys I know.
Yeah.
And so Ilya asks if Shane ever relaxes. And Shane pulls away to glare at him. And he says, "You're really gonna make fun of me now when you're a guest in my home, in my bed?" And then he's assaulted by a lazy, crooked smile. And Ilya says, "No, I like you, Hollander. It wasn't an earth-shattering confession, but the words still moved Shane enormously. I like you too, Rosanov." Brother!
You like it?
That shit is
I like
so
you,
gay.
Rosanov.
Gay.
I like you, Hollander.
I like you too, Rosanov. Yeehaw! Good God. Wait, is that really the end of the chapters?
It was the end of the chapter. I like you too, Rosanov.
I feel like that's a great ending, though. Like, I could, like, scream.
How do you feel, Danielle, like rereading? I think when you, like for us, we're reading the book fully, right? We're going chapter to chapter. For you, just revisiting certain chapters. After like getting all the context and engaging with the fandom and getting to do your interviews and all of this other stuff, what is it like to go back and revisit chapters, like especially from Heated Rivalry, before we've said I love you, before we're committed?
So I read the book before the show, so this is interesting to reread it after the show's come out, because now I have like the pictures of them in my head when I'm reading. But like going back now when we've seen like the whole college episode, I feel like there is still stuff in the book that I'm like, oh my god, like I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I feel like the show is incredible, but obviously like the book has like a lot more little details that they didn't have time to put in the show, or like the budget or stuff. So
Yeah.
going back and reading it is really cool, but also like in the book you're obviously like reading everyone's emotions and you know what they're thinking, whereas in the show you have just their like facial expressions and stuff. So going back and reading it after watching the show has been fun, and I still like scream internally about them as I'm reading.
Yeah.
It's so crazy just to like, because I think I've reread The Long Game like 5 times probably.
Whoa.
I've reread The Long Game none.
Yeah. Robert's never read The
I
Long
also
Game.
reread The Long Game more than Heated Rivalry now, especially after the show.
And I think that just accessibility wise, it's because the audiobook is better. It's more manageable. And like part of me as someone, like I have come to terms with the fact that like there are people we've heard from listeners who were like, your voice is soothing, or, you know, and I like, I used to really hate my voice. And then I started podcasting and I was like, it's not a bad voice. And so I have like half a mind to just record myself reading Heated Rivalry, you know?
I don't know if that's legal.
I think if you do it and it's free, as long as you're not charging, I think it's totally fine too.
I don't know about that.
I mean, but not like I'm going to be giving it to people. I did it with Percy Jackson.
Oh, like if
Just
you do
for,
it for
like,
yourself.
friends.
Just for yourself to listen to. Oh,
Yeah.
well, then, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
But
you want to know what book in this series I've read the most times? Because it's Role Model.
I was going to say, is it Role Model?
I've actually not read Role Model yet. I know.
I mean, other than, like, I love Shane and Ilya, other than them, they're my favorite couple. Harris and Troy are everything to me.
Yeah, at first I was not a big fan of Role Model. I have reread it. I like it better the second time around, but I just didn't feel like, I think I just got so used to the stakes being so high for Shane and Ilya that everybody else, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, and you're worried
Well,
because what?
yeah.
Like, I'm
that
kind of
might
a
be why
bitch,
I
I don't
like
know.
it, because it's like, oh, there is a good, happy ending that we can reach here, whereas, like, Shane and Ilya, we gotta have 3 books for them to get a happy ending that, like...
You just want it done in
'Cause
one
it's
book.
so complicated,
Which is understandable. Yeah.
And I mean, I always love to read about them. Like, they're very fun to me, but...
I love Ilya's little cameos in every book. He just goes around being like...
Torturing everyone.
I like to call him a bisexual menace.
Yes.
And I love that for him.
Have you read Common Goal?
I've only read Game Changers, Heated Rivalry, and The Long Game.
Okay, so I will mention this like till the day I die. It's one of my favorite moments is that when Ilya, he goes to the Kingfisher and he orders a drink called the Scott Hunter. And when he gets it, he doesn't like it. And so what he does, instead of like being a normal person about it and asking for a different drink, he goes, "Kyle, help!" I just think it's the funniest thing in the world. And then also Eric Bennett is there and he's gonna have the same drink, but Eric doesn't drink. And so Kyle's like, well, I can make it without alcohol. And Ilya goes, yes, a virgin Scott Hunter.
Incredible.
I love that he's really consistent with saying shit about Scott Hunter. Like, till the day he dies, we'll be chirping Scott Hunter, and I love that.
I can't believe he hugs him in the long game. Good God.
I can't believe it's a long game. Anyway.
I swear to God, the way in the long game when Scott is like, I don't know, this is just kind of weird. And Ilya goes, because we're two men? He's like, what? No, Jesus Christ. Like, he's insane. Any final thoughts, Danielle? Anything you want to share with our audience? Anything you wanted to say and you didn't get a chance to say?
I know I can't think of anything. I think the end of the chapter we just read is kind of, even though it's like not I love you, I think just them saying I like you to each other is huge, because they've never like said anything like that to themselves before. So
I like you, not as a person.
Yeah.
Right. No, this is I like you.
Yeah, like for real. Like I like you.
Well, this is Ilya's first I like you Hollander, because Shane has already said I like you, and Ilya was like, you don't like me.
Yeah, for Ilya it's huge, because like we find out in this chapter that he's not slept with anyone for months, which is crazy. And now we've gone from that to him openly admitting to Shane that he likes him, which is insane. I love this chapter though. I think it's one of my favorites.
Ilya and Shane are just passing notes. Do you like me? Check yes or no.
I could totally see them doing that.
Yes, no, or maybe.
Maybe.
Well, guys, by this point, the listeners will have already heard it, but we haven't done it yet. In 2 hours, we get to interview Harrison, which is crazy. It's the first Putt Crew interview. It's crazy. So we're gonna take a little lunch break and prepare ourselves, maybe take a power nap, and then get to that. So we've got to go.
This is gonna come out like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So,
but just know we were fucking hype.
We release things out of order, and you're finding that out.
Well, if that's all,
hope everybody's having a great Pride Month. It will be Pride Month when we release this.
Yep. All right. Well, and then next time, who are we joined by, Mal?
We're joined by Emily, also from Believe in Anything Pod.
Yay!
You're collecting The Last of Us next episode.
Yay!
Yes. And we're going to do the next 2 chapters. It was originally going to be the next 3, but we yap too much. And so...
And these are big chapters.
Yeah.
We promise we have limited pages in the long game and role model. Mal has finally come up with our plan, and we have been very strict about not accidentally reading too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to do about 20-ish pages, but like some events obviously are more heavy than others, and so
a lot happens in the long game.
Yeah.
And we did decide we're doing a tandem read with role model, and so there will be some episodes where it's just role model, some episodes where it's just the long game, and there will be a couple episodes where it's both. So
yes, because there are a couple of events that happen and are big for both, and a couple of places where the long game doesn't tell us something that like was going on with Ilya, but we see it in role model. And so there are some times that we'll like skip around a little, but more to come on that, because we still have like 3 heated rivalry episodes to get through.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all, so long, fellow losers.
The PITT Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. This episode is edited by me. You can find us on Threads, Instagram, and YouTube at PITT Crew Podcast. If you feel so inclined, please consider supporting us by subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/PITT Crew Podcast. You can also find our merch at PITT Crew Shop on Etsy. Our art is by Rampacoca. He can be found on Instagram at Rampacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pittcrewpodcast@gmail.com. This isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.